Good morning. So as you can tell by the sun reflecting on me, we're going through another heat wave again. I cannot believe it. However, today that's perfect for me because we are doing another fitness fragrance review. Today is Acqua Di Parma, Colonia, Essenza. Now, if you didn't see my video yesterday, ChatGPT rated my best Acqua Di Parma fragrances and it picked this one as the best of the lot. I have to say, unlike the other one I did with the Middle Eastern fragrances, I actually agree. This is my favourite of the lot. I absolutely love this scent, and that's why I'm going to do a full review on it today. So essentially, I'm going to go for a run. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to walk to the gym, walk home, and just give my thoughts on it based on 5 categories like I did before. So that's going to be price, versatility, the longevity, performance, and just kind of compliment factor, because let's be honest, we're all going for compliments as well. And I'm going to rank those sort of rounds out of 10 and then give an overall score at the end. Now, I did briefly touch on the sort of notes yesterday, and what you'll see after I've spoken here, you'll see like a little note breakdown that ChatGPT has given me. However, the main thing I get, because again, I don't like to look too much into it, because let's be honest, you can look too much into notes, and really you just want what that general smell is. And it's really just neroli. I kind of get this sweet lemon smell as well, and I think they mentioned about a white musk kind of at the bottom in the base notes, and maybe that's what kind of gives it that sweetness and freshness at the same time, because it's not harsh at all. And yeah, I just think it's a fantastic fragrance. But this is all about neroli. I've got 2 neroli fragrances, obviously that one and this one. This big 300ml bottle. Look at the size of it. Yeah, so neroli is definitely the dominant sense. If you know you like that note, this is definitely one to get. But yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a run, and I'm going to do the first 2 rounds. I'm going to talk about the price or value for money and the versatility and give those scores out of 10. So yeah, it looks a lovely day. Let's get out there and get on with it. Again, I'm never too worried about the sort of presentation of bottles and stuff, but they do sometimes influence if I buy one. If I like the sort of shape of a bottle, Moschino Toy Boy, there's a fragrance where it's like a bear. Really wanted that one from Moschino, and I've never got it. So yeah, that always tempts me just because of the bottle. But yeah, I love these uniform bottles, to be honest with you. If anyone is interested, they all look like this, all the Acqua Di Parma ones. The only thing that's annoying with this one is it's a black bottle and you can't see how much fragrance is left, so I give it a bit of a shade. I have no idea, so let's hope it lasts all through the day. I'm hoping it's going to perform so well that I'm not going to need to spray much anyway. But yeah, just a little thing to mention, just in case you are worried about presentation of bottles. I think they're very sleek. But yeah, this one is slightly annoying because you can't see how much juice is left. Wow, it is absolutely boiling today, and I've got a coat on, and I was doing an hour, and do I take it off? But of course, because I put some spray on it, I thought I'd just keep it on today, otherwise I wouldn't be able to sort of give a full score on performance or longevity. Anyway, let's start with price. So you would have just seen 3 different prices, 2 from All Beauty and 1 from eBay. Now, I've always bought Essenza from eBay, and the seller on there always has a discount code. So you can get it for around £60 for 100ml on eBay. You can get Essenza for around £100 on All Beauty, but you can get 180ml on there for 107, which I think is an amazing deal. Yes, it's expensive in one payment, I get that, but per mil, for the quality you're getting, that's an amazing price. But if someone who, I like the big bottles, you can get it in 20ml, 50ml, 100ml, 180ml. I always go for the biggest. But as I said, I know it's a lot of investment for some people, but do I think it's worth it for the price? Well, if I was to spend sort of £50-60 on a designer fragrance, you're probably going to get something like a Prada Dior Sauvage, maybe a 1 million. This is a complete different level in terms of quality, classiness, and just, again, how natural it smells. Those fragrances there, they're mass pleasing, they're very recognisable, and they're very popular. That's why they get compliments. That's why they've been cloned so many times. This is not daring, but this is amazing. This is a different level of scent. And again, if you watch these, you are probably looking for something that is better than the rest. This is better than the rest without being really daring. This is just, as I said, someone who, if you put this on, you just know they've got class about them. They're a classy person. They care about their appearance, and I think it's brilliant. That being said, again, in terms of a score out of 10, I think you've got to consider that is not cheap for a lot of people. So I'm going to say, for price, I think it's great value for money, but that's me. For the average person, it's probably not. They probably just want to smell clean for a cheaper price, which you can certainly do. You just won't be as good as this. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for price. I think it's worth it, but I can also understand for someone who's just getting into fragrances and stuff, that's quite a jump. So definitely recommend it for those prices that I've seen online, certainly that 180ml. But yeah, just for the average person, that's why I'm just going to mark it down a couple of points. Okay then, so versatility. Sorry, my nose is dripping. So how sort of unisex is this? How good is it for different occasions, different ages, different outfits, different seasons, all of that? I think this is where it shines. Now look, this is a citrus scent, and of course that means it is more suited to summer, absolutely. But there is this kind of sweet lemon smell to it, which I think means it can be a signature scent that you can wear all year, 100%. And in terms of, I'm obviously got the odd whiff of it. Yes, I wouldn't say it's ideally more of a gym fragrance. It's one though that you could certainly wear. I'm near the beach today, down to the beach, down to shops. You can absolutely wear it to the gym because it's light enough. It's just expensive for that. And certainly dress it up in a suit and things. Obviously, as I said to ChatGPT yesterday, Prime Minister, I'm going to be Prime Minister, and they said, yeah, you could wear that one with a suit. And I completely agree. It's definitely one that interviews, weddings, hot weather, it'll do that. And what I love about it is I wore this in my early 20s, and I think anyone in their early 20s would absolutely love this scent. But anyone in their 60s, my dad being 60, he's got it and he loves it. And it really is versatile across all the ages. Because it's fresh, it's absolutely down the middle unisex as well. If you just like Neroni as a scent, you're going to love it. So yeah, I think it does all occasions. As I said, I think the only thing is for the price. You're not going to want to spend that sort of money on a gym scent, but it will do all the jobs. If you just wanted one fragrance, it will do all those jobs, and it will cater for everyone. So that being said, it's obviously more summery. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. That is a high score, but it absolutely deserves it. I'd wear it any time of the year, any occasion. There we are, 11 miles done. Absolutely knackered. It is baking. Now, on to projection though. Did I smell the spray really during the run? Have to be honest, apart from maybe once on the really faint, it was just as I was turning a corner. I didn't really smell it too much unless I was doing this. And I can really smell it in terms of that, but obviously that's not projecting. That's literally me digging my nose into it. However, when I just did some stretching, I could smell it because I stopped. And I think the reason that is it's not as windy today. So the other day when I could really smell my fragrance, when I changed direction, where the wind dropped, I could really smell it kicking up. But today I couldn't. That's not a bad thing, though, with a sort of summer fragrance. You don't want it to be really cloying because that is horrible. I love beast mode fragrances, but I have to say, summer ones is far too much, especially if you wear them to bed like I do. It wakes you up in the night. So I don't think that's a bad thing. Since I've stopped, though, I can definitely smell it a little bit more. And when I put this top on, because I wore this yesterday and always wear it for a run first thing, you can always smell it coming off my top. So it is pretty strong. Now, there's one more test, obviously, I've got to do to test projection before I give a score. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, eat an orange, eat an apple, because I'm super healthy, of course, being an ultra athlete, spray my room, and yeah, just see when I go back upstairs 10 minutes later where I can really smell the fragrance, whether it fills the room. I only sprayed my top 6 times earlier as well. I should mention that, whereas the other day I sprayed my top 20 times, so I don't want to waste this lovely fragrance. I'm going to spray my room 10 times today, and yeah, just see when I go back upstairs if I can still smell it. Let's go do that. Okay then, so up we go. Will I be able to smell the fragrance? It's been about 11 minutes. I sprayed 10 times. Oh, going up the stairs after an 11.5 mile run. Not the funnest. Right, here we go. Oh yeah. That's really travelled because my door's there and I sprayed it right the other side of the room. That's really come across and lingered in the air. And what's great is it's not really overpowering, like you come in and go, oh, I'm being choked out or anything like that. That's just there that you clearly notice it. 100% you can notice that. You're not going to miss that. Anyone who comes in is going to smell it. But it makes you want to explore it more, like, where's that smell coming from? And who's that? And I think that is absolutely perfect. For a summer scent, that's what you want. You don't want it to be, as I said, overpowering, choking you out, because it's going to be 30 Celsius today. It's really pleasant, really clean, and you're going to want to definitely find out who smells like that and what it is. That's done really well. Now, my dad wore it yesterday to London. He sprayed it before he left, and I could smell it, and I instantly said, that's Essenza. And I can see why. It lingers. That's 11, 12 minutes. Really good. I'm going to give that 9 out of 10. Definitely. For projection, for performance, 9 out of 10. Because, again, it lingers. It wants you to explore it more, but it's not going to choke you out, even in this really hot weather. So, very good, Essenza. That's even better performance than I expected. So, compliment factor of my experiences of compliments with this fragrance. Well, first things first, if I do get any today at the gym, again, I will mention it because I have got it in my bag and I've put it on already. I have had a couple of compliments with this one. It's always the fragrance. Whenever there's a big event or something on that I'm doing, it's the one I tend to reach for. And I wore it recently to a work awards night. So we got given this award, and I was the person attending. I had to dress up. So again, I wore sort of smart casual clothes. And then when I went in to kind of, like a meet and greet as you go in by the receptionist, they said, oh, you smell really nice. Because I said, oh, I don't normally wear clothes like this. I normally wear sporty stuff for my job. They said, well, you certainly smell the part anyway. And yeah, it was that sweet. It was that fragrance. And then when I left, funny enough, she said, oh, to a lady next to her, she said, oh, that was the guy I was mentioning who smelled nice. And it was Essenza. So I have had that sort of compliment on it. She never asked what it was, but she said how nice it was. And I also wore it once to a training course. And yeah, it was the only fragrance I had that whole time. And I remember, because we couldn't wash our clothes, I literally sprayed my clothes with it to keep them smelling nice. And someone said, oh, who's been doing washing then? Because it smells really nice in here. They said, oh, the laundrette's closed. And I was like, oh no, it's just my spray. And they said, oh yeah, I like it. And that's, again, kind of 2 compliments I've had with it. But yeah, I think it is one of those. It kind of draws you in that you want to investigate it a bit more without being that really overpowering scent, as I was saying. So yeah, they're the 2 compliments I've had with it. I'm pretty certain though, if I do end up, because my birthday's coming up, if I get that 180ml bottle, I'm certain I'll get plenty more. But yeah, let's see if I get any at the gym today. I forgot to give it a score, didn't I? So yeah, compliment factor, I'm going to give it 8.5 out of 10. Again, for a summer scent, it's perfect for how it performs for compliments. I still would like people to kind of ask a bit more what it is, because I've had people Facebook message me before actually saying, what is that fragrance? I've definitely had that with their Hermes. and Calvin Klein Dark Obsession, but I've never had it with Essenza. So yeah, just because it's not beast mode, and some of the ones I'll review over the time will be beast mode. Yeah, I think 8.5 is fair. For some scent, it's bang on for me. Right, so no compliments, workout done. But yeah, I can still smell it on my top. It's not really projecting. It's super hot today though, so yeah, I don't expect it to. Now it's about longevity though, so yeah, it's not particularly lasted in terms of projection. So far the signs are good with longevity. Now though, it's about the shower test. How will it smell after I've come out of the shower? Will it still be on my arm after I've washed it? Let's find out. Okay, so I've just left the gym. I haven't smelt my arms yet, so it'd be interesting to see if it survived the shower. Let's try. Easily, honestly, and I'm not just saying this, it smells 90% as strong as when I went in the shower, and it's so nice. Something I don't normally mention as well is like skin chemistry. So obviously I normally spray my clothes mainly because I just think it lasts a bit longer, but obviously it smells slightly different on skin. It just smells amazing. It honestly, I mean, it hasn't really changed. It's just almost got that sort of watery, neroli smell to it, but it's really uplifting. It's just fresh and clean. I don't think there's any other way to say it than fresh, clean, and classy. And its longevity is very good. I don't normally mention it either, but obviously this is an eau de cologne, and eau de colognes are meant to be the weakest in terms of concentration, and you'll have things like eau de toilette and eau de parfum. I never really mention it because, to be honest with you, I've had so many over the years where you buy it and you go, oh, it's an eau de parfum, and it doesn't last anywhere near as long as this. I'm going to still be able to smell this on my arm despite all this hot weather till 5-6 o'clock at least, and I have to say, for that reason, you can't say the longevity is bad, and it's certainly better than an eau de cologne. At best, it's a very strong eau de toilette, and for a summer scent, absolutely bang on for me. So for longevity, I'm going to give it a 9 as well. I think it's really, really good. I just can't find many faults. Really, I should be giving these a 10, shouldn't I, really, because it is a fantastic fragrance. Anyway, time to head back, add up all the scores, and yeah, just give some final thoughts. So I'm all home, I'm down the end of the garden, about to go and get a bit of a suntan. So the overall score for Acqua Di Parma, Colonia Essenza, when we're considering things like price, performance, longevity, compliments, all those factors, versatility, was 43 out of 50. That is a brilliant score, and this is a brilliant scent. I have to say, it is expensive, I know, and I know that's going to be off-putting for some of you, but if you are interested in fragrances, this is, I've smelled over 500 fragrances probably nearer 1,000, and this is in my top 5 undoubtedly. It is so good, and I normally like those more complex scents where there's more going on, but this is just pure neroli. If you love that scent, completely unisex, dress it up, dress it down, this would do all those jobs. You could literally just live on this one scent, I think, and yeah, for that reason, I think 43 out of 50, yeah, I think it's definitely worth that score. And I have to say, I'm probably harsh not to have given it a few 10s as well. Just one more thing before I finish this video. I am now 10 subscribers off 50. And if we can get to 50, I can actually do a live YouTube using the YouTube app. My computer, I can do a live stream now, but it's not very good with my webcam. And I'd love to talk all things fragrances with all of you on there as well. So if anyone would be interested in doing like a live stream where we can chat about fragrances we like, ones that I obviously don't own at the minute, but I've had before that I can recommend. If you can recommend some for me, I'd love to do that. So we're not too far away. If we can get 10 more subscribers, if you like these videos or know anyone who would, if we can get 10 more, we'll try and arrange a live stream at some point as well. But for today, yeah, this is certainly a winner. And yeah, I'd certainly recommend it for anyone. My birthday's coming up, and I'm very tempted by that 180ml, that's for sure. It might be on the list for someone to get me. I'll probably have to buy it myself. It's not that cheap, is it? But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this one today. There will be another fitness fragrance soon. So yeah, another video coming up, hopefully within the next 4 or 5 days. And yeah, hopefully you'll stick around to watch that one as well. But yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to go sit in the sun, and I'll catch you later.